Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. We have the first one. NBA season, Greg, now behind us. The standings starting to come into shape.
Yeah, right now is when you can make sense of wins and losses. Who you play matters so much early on, but things have started here to balance out.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Green is out there with Marc Gasol. Then it's Curry. Then it's Green. And it's Jones in at the 3-spot. And Jones sends it down. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. And here is Curry. Pass to Gasol. Back to Curry. 6 to shoot. Off target from outside. And the Breeze with possession. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
They played pretty solid basketball, but a few miscues is all it takes to turn a win into a loss, especially against a good team.
Manning the pass to Williams. Here's Manning. Pass to Markkanen over Jones. Honolulu, no good that time either. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Now Edwards, after the missed three from Stephen Curry.
0 for 4 to start things off. Got a bit of a pillow fight brewing here, but they're going to get it going.
And it's Green with the jam.
Draymond with the assertiveness off the drive.
The Breeze have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. Green against Edwards. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Green. To the inside. Pick off in midair. Williams against Curry. Edwards, a screen on Curry. Williams dishes to Edwards. Honolulu needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Jones. All going up court. They kick it out to Green. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Gasol passes to Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
With his touch, Curry can beat you from inside as easily as he can outside.
So Honolulu calls timeout. They're first. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series. Here at the numbers for Curry. He's coming off an excellent season, checking in at about 24 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And to have a player who can fill it up like him coming in off the bench, what an asset.
He's crucial to the success of their second unit because he can keep that offense rolling.
Jones against Markkanen. Pass to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Floats one up. Here's Claxton. Gasol with the defensive effort.
And give the defense credit. He was met at the rim.
Outside Curry. Launches from deep. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Now here's Markkanen. Still yet to score. Pass to Edwards. To stop the drought, and the jumper is on the mark.
And the touch on Edwards' shot is really nice. Gives it just enough power to drop in.
Curry from deep three-point land. The long-distance three is buried. Curry's got 5 points so far.
Once he crosses half court, you need to stay awake because he can drop it from deep.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Guys, back to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. And we hear a lot about 6'11" Nick Claxton's effect on defense. RJ, what's your opinion?
Well, it's not just his rim protection, but he can pop out and affect shots from mid-range. He guards multiple positions well, and his defensive versatility, oh, that's not easy to come by.
Now, here's Lewis. Following the missed shot by Tyus Jones. Here's Maxey. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Capitalizing from the mid-range. Maxey just taking what he sees and making it available.
There's Crawford with the three. And the rebound goes to Honolulu. Outside, Maxey. Lewis on the way. To the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Reed. Jones against White with the step back. Outside, Jones. Pocket 6. This one for 3. The 76ers again can't hit it. The Breeze have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Claxton sets the screen for White. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Jones, the pass to Batum. Back to Jones. Crawford outside. Trying to get something going. And that one is hammered home.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either. Tony Kukoc, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton.
Number 2, Tony Kukoc.
1:12 left here in the first quarter. Crawford against Maxey. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
A physical scoring guard. Maxey is at home on the inside.
Outside, Reed. Pass to Crawford for the 3. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Breeze. They trail by 1. And here's White. Lopez a screen. Shot clock at 6. High arcing shot, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Honolulu, they've shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier.
Shooting 2.
And it's tied up with that one. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
2-second difference between shot clock and game time. And Reed throws it down.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Maxey against Jones. And that one's good. Maxey.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Fires from way outside. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Breeze lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, for Honolulu, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Sometimes you just need a change of pace. The bench delivered that.
They've got Brook Lopez. Edwards is out there with Williams. Then it's Tony Kukoc, and it's Manning in at the 4. And for the 76ers, we've got Green. Stephen Curry is out there with Green, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Batum in at the small forward position. 76ers trailing, and for Honolulu, Williams is out there with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Kukoc, and it's Manning in at the 4-man position. Now here's Gasol. His last outing, he had 8 points. And that one drops. And the 76ers lead by 1.
Zero fear in Green's game. Loves mixing it up down low.
And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
Curry's shot is off. Honolulu has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Williams passes to Edwards. For 3. They get the rebound. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
And even though Lopez has taken his game farther and farther from the basket, he can still punish you inside.
Now here's Curry. He has 5. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
Lopez inside, guarded by Curry. Lopez with the bucket.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Curry kicks to Green. Gasol on the high post. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Batum for 3. It's rebounded by Manning. Manning's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
The 76ers trail by 6. There's Green with the 3. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. They'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Hey, one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. A different look for Honolulu. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Markkanen in for Kukoc. Jones checked in for Philadelphia. No good on the second free throw. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you very much for the report. And Claxton throws it down.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Curry finds Gasol. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Oh, Claxton in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Curry dishes to Gasol. Back to Curry. Here's the three. Curry! Oh, what else is new?
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
And Claxton throws it down.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Now here's Curry. He's got 8. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
With how much Draymond moves on the offensive end, Green gets a lot of dunk opportunities.
Williams passes to Mann. Pass to Markkanen. Draymond Green with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now here's Curry. This game we saw him score 14, and that one drops for him. And now just a 4-point Honolulu lead. Timeout called, Honolulu. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
When you think about Derek White, here's a guy, RJ, who's really grown as a player in all ways.
Yeah, Derek makes smart plays. He's had that experience to see what works and what doesn't. And most often, he makes the necessary plays to put his team in a winning situation.
Crawford, no luck.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Crawford against Maxey. A shot missing. Nice D from Crawford. The 76ers trail by 7. Pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Jones. He's guarded by Markkanen. Crawford against Claxton. Crawford, no luck. Honolulu lead by 7. Here's Lewis. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. And again, it's Honolulu from deep.
Now that's confidence right there. This is when you know Maxey is feeling it.
White against Jones. Outside, Reed. There's Crawford with the 3. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Picked by Markkanen. There's the triple. And it's White missing. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Heat. Reed with a screen for Jones. Kicks it out to Crawford. Can they get it? 2 points. That one goes.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. White drives in, and White with the stuff.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Jones with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Jones, no luck. Lewis on top, defended by Jones. Here's Claxton, banked in off the glass. And it's a 12-point Breeze lead.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Breeze out in front. They lead by 12. And let's hear from Allie LaForce, who joins us from the sidelines. Allie?
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Thank you, Allie, for that. And, folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
And we're going to take a moment to talk about something. I've been seeing Shaq's face everywhere lately. Kenny, do you think it's fair to say? And moving on now to that first half, tough sledding so far for the Philadelphia 76ers. And that is...
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been quite a game for Nick Claxton.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
He has been aggressive, getting into the painted areas seemingly at will and wreaking absolute havoc on the defense.
And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Curry. Jones is out there with Draymond Green. Then it's Green, and it's Gasol at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Curry. Back to Green. Puts up a three. And the rebound goes to Honolulu. Claxton's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And Curry has it in the corner. Curry buries the corner three.
And you can see how the entire arc is open for Curry. There's no part of it where he's timid about shooting.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And they call an illegal screen here.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
The 76ers trail by 9. Outside Curry. Gasol finds Green. Back to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Fast break. Here we go. Curry against Williams. Lets it go with a three. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Honolulu leading by 7. Pass to Claxton. And Gasol comes to help. Here's Manning. He has yet to score. Right side, Edwards. Curry with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 7. There's Green with the three. Markkanen pulls it in.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Back to Edwards. Latre. That shot is off.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Williams, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And Williams is a baller. He's an exciting player to watch. Fantastic passer and shooter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Timeout called, Honolulu. Lopez, he's checked in for Honolulu. Kukoc comes in for Markkanen. The 76ers also with a sub. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Jones. And the first one drops. And Williams drops them both. And let's not forget, RJ, you were second in the Rookie of the Year voting. I haven't forgotten it. But when you go back to that time, what was the key in your adjustment process?
Well, one thing that really helped me out is I played 3 years of high-level college basketball. Most rookies don't get that experience, and it makes it a little bit harder for them to transition to the pro game. On a night like tonight, Steph Curry is must-watch basketball. He can score from anywhere.
Lopez left side. And the dunk by Lopez.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And when he's inside, Gasol has such intensity. And oftentimes the defense will get sloppy trying to contest.
For Philadelphia, they have made 1 of 3 free throws in the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Oh, here's Edwards. 5 points in the game. Lopez against Gasol. Outside, Kukoc. Manning. And a great assist by Kukoc as that one goes in. And the Breeze lead by 8. Pass to Gasol. Williams against Curry. Outside for Gasol. On the wing, Green. Gasol setting the pick for Green. Back to Gasol. Oh, and a fast break for Honolulu. And here is Lopez, defended by Gasol. And Lopez throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Reed, he's checked in for Gasol. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Green. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Danny Green. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Curry. Now here's Batum. Nothing on the board. Crawford with the ball. Maxey covering. 6 to shoot. Back to Batum. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to Honolulu.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Crawford against Maxey. Kick by Finney-Smith. 11 feet away. Kukoc with the rebound. Honolulu leading by 10. There's a good screen. His first shot coming late. That one doesn't go. 76ers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Deep 2 from Crawford. Sean Lewis pulls it in. And for Honolulu, they're shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Down low. Got a piece of it. And as it goes out of bounds, the Breeze able to keep the ball here. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Breeze. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Tuesday, they'll be taking on Desmond Bain and the Sacramento Kings.
And looking at the Toronto matchup, that one will mark game number 6 for them in the NBA season. We'll see if there are any adjustments between now and then to the rotation.
Now here's Crawford. A beautiful reverse layup. Crawford's got it back down to within single digits with the 76ers. Stolen by Reed. Crawford against Maxey. Now here's Crawford. He's tightly guarded. Clock at 6. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Maxey.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Manning with the bucket. Manning's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
It's Crawford on the wing. He's covered by Maxey. Crawford against Maxey. Back to Jones. Jacks up a 3. And the rebound goes to Honolulu. After this game, they can look forward to L.A. They'll go match up against the Clippers. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
A different look for Honolulu. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Lewis. And Lauri Markkanen subbed in for Kukoc. Then for the 76ers, Jones comes in for Jamal Crawford. And Stephen Curry is subbed in for Tyus Jones. Honolulu leading by 10. White the pass to Maxey. From past the arc. No good that time. And so it's Honolulu with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. We've got Anthony Edwards. Also Williams out there. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Manning in at the power forward. Markkanen can't get it to go. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
You know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Honolulu.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the 3. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
And so Jones nails both of them.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Williams passes to Manning. Markkanen looking it over. Pass to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Green with the rebound.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Jones the pass to Curry. Here's Gasol. Green left side. And Green slams it in.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stop.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Markkanen finds Edwards. Over Green. Edwards, no good.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Markkanen dishes to Williams. Edwards passes to Williams. Back to Edwards. From the arc. Edwards with another miss.
And let's be honest, they're winning in spite of his atrocious shooting performance.
Good work there as it goes.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Honolulu leading by 4. Outside Edwards. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 5 assists in the game. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. He said to his players, I believe in you. I know what we have. It was less about X's and O's and more about the team's identity. Guys, they play for one another.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Now, here's Green. And Green slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Inside, it's stolen by Green. Outside, Green. Here's Jones. And the rebound goes to Honolulu. They've held a 12-point lead early. To the middle. Here's Manning. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Pass to Gasol. To the inside. And with that, the Honolulu lead is cut down to 5 points. That time the bucket coming from Green.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Williams. Up top, Edwards. Headed by Green. That's to Claxton. Just 5 on the clock. On the wing, Markkanen. Stolen by Jones. To the paint. Green kicks to Green. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Now just a 3-point Honolulu lead.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Timeout called, Honolulu.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Markkanen from outside. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Now Green. Outside Curry. Curry getting it done inside.
There is no moment that is too big for Steph Curry.
Oh, Claxton in position and stolen by Gasol. Curry against Williams. Here's Green. To take the lead. Claxton with the rebound. Now here's Williams. It's stolen by Green. Curry outside. And here we go with Curry running it up the court.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
And let's be honest, guys, rebounding is about want. And he is playing with 110% effort.
Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 14-5 run. Jones, there is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Now a timeout called by the Breeze. And Honolulu making the change here. Maxey's checked in.
Tyrese Maxey. 2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left in the 4th quarter. Outside Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Now Maxey. And he gets the floater to drop.
Attacking in a big moment. Maxey is not holding back.
Curry with it. Gasol, a screen on Maxey. Curry Misses the three. For Honolulu, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. They move. Oh, down it goes! Philadelphia's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. From outside, not gonna go. Honolulu has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Now Markkanen. Now Maxey. Shoots the three. Not that time. It won't go.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Stephen Curry. Rebounded by Edwards.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Williams, he's checked in for Honolulu.
Substitution for Honolulu. Number 1, Jason Williams.
Curry goes inside.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Honolulu, Anthony Edwards. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
The last make was huge. Now, realistically, the worst-case scenario for them is OT. It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
The line for 2, Anthony Edwards.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a 3. But they'll probably try for a 2, but if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
Philadelphia with the ball. Outside Curry. Launches it. And down goes the 3. Timeout called, Honolulu. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
And I think they've got enough time to try and get the ball inside, and unless they get a wide open look on the perimeter, that should be what the focus is. Even if you miss at the rim, you've got a good chance to maybe try and draw a foul.
Williams fires. So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. This win sets a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that about wraps it up. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage.